you ever talk to her again, I will end you. Don't cancel me, please. Good morning, guys. This is by far the weirdest angle I think I have ever filmed in, but I'm at the mall. I am so freaking excited. I think I'm gonna go book shopping. Honestly, there's a couple options. I could just go clothes shopping. I could also go home decor shopping, but I think today is gonna be the day that I spend money on books because I haven't done that in a minute, even though it probably doesn't feel like it because every time I post a video, I do end up going to the bookstore. But in real time, it feels like it's been at least a few weeks, and I have a money spending problem, especially during this time of the year when it's starting to get a little bit colder. I get a lot of excitement and a lot of happiness from just spending money on things that I like. So arguably not the healthiest habit for me, but that is what we're doing nonetheless. I'm very excited. I have the cutest little outfit on today. I'm so comfy. I'm wearing my little Aritzia set. I ended up buying this yesterday, actually. I know I literally just said that I haven't shopped in a minute. I also got a matching top, but it is so hot right now. Anyways, that is what I'm wearing today, and I think I'm gonna go do a little bit of book shopping. I don't know what books I want. I haven't made a list of books that I'm kind of keeping an eye out for, but I feel like there's definitely some series in the back of my mind, and there is books that have kind of sort of been on my mental TBR, kind of on my radar. So I don't know if I'm gonna buy those today. Maybe, just maybe. We'll see how it is in there. We'll see how the vibes are. Honestly, usually I just go to the bookstore and I let the store pick out the books for me depending on what they have, what the vibes are, and what kind of speaks out to me, because I am a mood reader at the end of the day. I'm just gonna go and look around, see what I'm in the mood for. I'm kind of itching for a sports romance because right now I am reading a sports romance and I am obsessed with it. I'm loving it so much, and honestly I haven't had a 5-star read in a very long time, and this is the closest I've gotten to a 5-star. So maybe, just maybe, I will just buy a couple more books that are similar to it because it's honestly the only genre that I've been enjoying recently, but we shall see. Anyways, let's get shopping. I was gonna buy this, but why is it literally blue when all the other covers are black? I feel like it just wouldn't match. Also, this one doesn't have a sprayed edge, which is kind of sad because I feel like the last novella did. So what if I get a little lamp? Wait, where are you supposed to touch it? It's not plugged in? How am I supposed to know what it looks like? You can take that home. Love fall decor. That's adorable. Tragedy, fantasy, or is romance? Oh, romance is really cute. Going upstairs, hoping to find the romance section. These are really cute. Like, the art of them is really cute, but I feel like the books haven't really been that good. Like, they're just very focused on the vibes, and the stories are usually kind of lacking, but I love the art. I love Hypothesis.
What kind of tall, dark stalker just stalk me? Sorry, go.
What are you talking about?
Stalker books are funny. It's like, why can't a tall, dark stalker man just stalk me instead? It's like, yeah, and tell her at your door.
Okay.
Not so funny.
Not so funny.
Yeah.
Definitely not. They're only good in books. I kind of want to read this because it's becoming a movie, and I'm seeing a lot of TikToks from the actors, and it's just getting me intrigued, but I haven't read. Or have I read? I think I've read one Ali Hazel book, and it was like a little novella. It wasn't even a full book, so I don't know. Oh no, I also read The Bride, and I didn't love The Bride. Sorry, not sorry. Don't cancel me, please. I don't know. I'm not in a gambling mood right now, so I don't want to pick up an author that I may like and may not like. Unhaul, my queen. Her new book is coming out very soon. Do I get this? Low-key, I saw Lara Reed talk about this, and she talked about it with so much like confidence that I kind of want to read it, but I have no idea what it's about. I have heard that it's kind of crazy though, so I don't know. Is it like a dark romance? Is it a mystery? I don't know. Honestly, I have no idea. The vibes are cute though. Like, I like the sprayed edges. I have this whole series on my Kindle. I'll be meaning to read it because it's such highly rated, but literally just haven't gotten to it yet. Or They Consider Me, another hockey romance. So many books, so little time. This cover is really cute, but Literally, what is it even about? So far, I only have one. I don't know how much damage I'm wanting to do today. I'm not seeing too many things though. I feel like I have so many of these on my Kindle. Some of them are Kindle Unlimited or through Libby, so it feels kind of wasteful to buy them. But I do like looking. Hello, I came to give a little update. I went to the bookstore and I ended up getting something, of course. Is anybody really surprised? And the book that I got is none other than Slapshot. This is book 3 of the DC Star series, and one thing about me that you may know if you've been in the channel for a while, I love a good sports romance. And the main reason is because I love a good billionaire / millionaire romance. Like, I just love a wealthy man that's ready to do whatever to spoil the girl. However, I feel like most of the times, like in that trope, they tend to be pretty grumpy. And I don't love a grumpy man. Like, I do every once in a while, but not when it's like every single billionaire romance book. It's just like grumpy millionaire businessman sort of thing. The great middle ground for me is finding a sports romance because they're wealthy, they're well known, they have a bunch of money and opportunity to do whatever and to spoil the girls. However, they do also have really fun personalities. They're usually really flirty. They're golden retriever, and I just love a golden retriever man. So I feel like with that, I have discovered one of my favorite tropes / micro tropes of all time, which is just like golden retriever but also rich man. Like, I just chef's kiss. So ever since I finished the Windy City series, you guys know I rated the whole series 5 stars. Did I DNF the first book? Yes. But did I rate the whole series as a whole 5 stars? Yes, I did. And so with that being said, I've just been trying to find something to fill that void because that series is officially done and my heart hurts. So a lot of people have been recommending the DC Star series as like a good sort of like, not even equivalent, but just like something to fill that void. So I read Face Off last year. I think I gave that like 4 stars or 4.5 or something like that. And I'm currently reading book 2, which is Power Play, and I am enjoying this very much so far. So when I saw that the bookstore had book 3, which is Slapshot, I knew immediately that I had to get it. The guy is blonde, you know, really not ideal. But one thing about me, when I'm reading a book, if they say he's blonde, like, no, the fuck he's not. Like, that just goes in one ear, out the other. No one is blonde. Nobody looks how they're supposed to look. Everybody looks how I want them to look. And also, nobody's like 21, 22. I feel like sometimes authors make the male main character 21, 22. No, they're not. They're literally whatever age I am plus 2 years. That is literally how I read every single book. Is that a little bit psychotic? Maybe, but that's just how I go about things. So anyways, I'm really excited to read this. I love that I'm kind of matching the cover. This was not intentional, but really excited to look into it. There's some food on the cover, very cute. Let's see what the back says. Hudson Hayes, star defenseman for the DC Star, needs help. He's been looking for a new private chef for months, but keeps coming up short. Ooh, okay, that's where the food comes in. With NHL season starting up and no prospects in sight, he's close to giving up. Madeline Galloway needs a job. Recently let go from her executive chef position in Las Vegas, she's desperate as can be when she reaches out to an old acquaintance about a possible job opportunity in DC. After hitting it off with a prospective employer, a blonde hockey star who seems to have a heart of gold, she and her daughter Lucy make the move east. Ooh, so she's a single mom. Okay, single mom trope. He has a heart of gold. Love it already. The rules were simple. No personal relationships, obviously. No falling for the romantic guy who'll always make her smile, even if they're living together and spending all their free time with each other. But after a kiss on New Year's Eve, everything changes. The lines blur. Being Hudson's friend, and his only friend, is the last thing on her mind. When Hudson learns American Sign Language for Lucy, his feelings might be a slap shot to Madeline's heart. Ah! Okay, shut up. I'm gonna eat this up. I'm already telling you, I'm gonna eat this up. I love a good sports romance series. These are my babies. Also, these books are thick, low-key, and heavy. Like, what? I know it probably doesn't look like it, but this book is like 500 pages, which 500 pages for romance is a little bit excessive. I will always say that, and I stand by that till this day. However, there have been a couple romances that are on the longer side, and I've still enjoyed them. So I have very high expectations for this whole series. So that is what I bought yesterday. I am very excited. I will probably film a reading vlog when we're reading this book and probably the whole series just like in their own separate videos. So make sure to subscribe if you haven't. Like, go check. Have you subscribed? Please subscribe. It helps me out a ton. And also make sure to drop a like on this video and comment down below what your favorite kind of like trope is or micro trope. Like for me, I told you it's like I love a billionaire romance. I love a sports romance. I think those are kind of like on my top 2. So comment yours down below. Because I feel like you can tell a lot about a reader when they tell you their favorite tropes. So let a girl know. It's so funny to me that even though I love book shopping and I love going to the bookstore and browsing and even buying books and like displaying them on my bookshelf, I rarely actually rarely read books in terms of like their physical format. Like this book literally looks untouched, but if you open the Kindle, we will see that I am literally 35 chapters in. I'm on page 312. I don't know if this is like formatted the same exact way, which is 65% of the way through. So the book literally looks untouched because I read only up until page 43 on the actual physical copy, and I have like a little dog mark or like dog ear like bookmarked it, and then after that I literally have not touched the physical copy. But for the sake of this video and for the sake of actually using the things that I buy and making sure that I'm not just wasting money, even though I do like it for like decor and I like to showcase it, and I'm just kind of collecting the books to have them in my library in the future when I have like a full library room and everything like that. But I do want to maybe read a little bit of the physical copy, so I picked out a bookmark. It says Lifetime Member Romance Reader Book Club. It's so cute. So I feel like the colors are literally perfect. And then I have some pink pens in case I want to annotate something. But let's get to reading. Like, I don't know why I am this way. I don't know why I go and spend money on books, but then I always just read on the Kindle. I love reading on the Kindle, and I think it also has to do with the fact that I usually read at night. And when I read at night, first of all, I don't want to have lights on. Second of all, I don't want to have to hold this like heavy book and like switch pages and stuff. There's always cats cuddling me in bed, and so I feel like it's just like is more challenging, I guess, to read the physical copy of the book. But so far, this book is very, very interesting. Let me find my chapter. Let's find chapter 34. Oh my god, I literally went, you know how on Kindle you can go to like the very beginning and it tells you what page every chapter is on? I literally just try to do that here, but obviously that's not a thing. Okay, I guess we'll have to go through and find the chapters. Okay, I found it. Chapter 34, Liam's POV, and it's starting on page 299. So let's see how much you can read in like, I don't know, 30 minutes. So I have my timer that I'm gonna start on my phone, and then I have a little ambiance thing that I always put on YouTube when I'm reading. So this is what it looks like, and it has a little baby kitty, which is why I love it. So this is what I'm gonna be looking at. I have the little playlist, so I'm gonna play this out of my speaker, and it's just gonna be the perfect setup. If you guys don't know, this is book 2 of the DC Star series, and it follows the story of Liam Piper. So Liam is a professional goalie for a professional for a professional hockey team, and then Piper is the reporter that kind of like interviews the guys after they have like different games and stuff like that. And she's kind of going through it. She's like recently divorced and is literally just like super confused about dating and everything like that. Doesn't really feel confident in dating and knowing what to do when it comes to dates and everything like that, because like her relationship with her ex was just kind of dry. And then you have Liam, who is a super reserved, like keeps to himself. He's obviously a professional goalie for a professional hockey team, so he's like super focused on that, but he agrees basically work together with her and teach her a couple of things. So it starts off as like a friends with benefits sort of like situation, but then they go to Vegas as a team because obviously they work together, and they cannot remember what the heck happened, but they know that they wake up the next day with matching rings on their fingers, and they're like, whoa, what the heck just happened? So right now, I'm at the part where they basically decided not to immediately get divorced or to get their relationship or the marriage annulled or whatever, because as far as he's concerned, it doesn't really make a difference. While they're legally married, she's allowed to have access to his health insurance, and she needs to have this sort of access for her chronic pains, and that would typically be super expensive and she can't afford it, but since he's like super heavily insured because he's a professional athlete, obviously she would get access. So they basically just agreed to stay married until the end of the season so that she's able to kind of benefit from his health benefits. I am loving it so far. It's very, very cute. My favorite part so far has been the part where she got sick because she has these migraines that literally won't go away, and he was freaking out the whole hockey game. He just like wanted to like up and leave because he was like, where does she go? Why is she not here? Why is she not answering her phone? Something is really wrong. And as soon as the game ended, he literally sprinted to her house and took care of her and called like a helpline and figured out how to actually help her with her super intense migraines that she has. He picked up her medication, everything like that. And one thing about me, I am a sucker for one of those like she's sick and he takes care of her tropes. I just think it's like the sweetest thing ever. Oh, and also he washed her hair because obviously, of course, he washed her hair. Why would he not wash her hair? I am eating this up. Alright, I'm gonna start my timer now because I've been yapping for a long time. There's my timer. Okay, we're starting on page 299. Let's see how much you can read in 30 minutes. I'd be very careful what to say next, I tell him slowly, so there's no room for the dumbass to mishear me. That's my wife you're talking about. And the other guy tried to say some unhinged stuff, and he goes, how about you say that again? And this time, look me in the eye when you do. Charlie swallows, say it, nice and loud so I can hear you. Oh, fuck him up. If you ever talk to her again, I will end you, and I'll smile while I do it. Friends, yeah, that's why you were so ready to crush a guy's skull for talking shit about her. You know, got him there. Side note, this guy has a cat, okay, which already green flags all over. But also, what's funny about that is that he speaks Spanish as like his first language, and so he named the cat Pico, like Pico de Gato, which means cat in Spanish. That is so funny to me. Like, what? I wish I was that freaking creative. That is hilarious. I love that. Yeah, today it is officially fall. I feel like it's been officially fall for a minute, but it actually like looks and feels like fall today. All around me, all the leaves are different colors. The weather is actually getting chilly because honestly, thankfully, it's been pretty warm up until this point, but this is my first day that I'm wearing a big little denim jacket. I have a scarf on, a long sleeve, and the fall vibes, they're here, okay? And so what a better time than to go book shopping, obviously. Is anybody really surprised? If you've been on this channel before, then you definitely know your girl loves to do a lot book shopping. Honestly, I feel like I book shop more than I actually read the books that I'm buying, but that's okay. That's a story for another day. I have multiple hobbies. One of them is reading books, one of them is shopping for the books, and recently I've just been giving into that one more so than the first one. Around this time last year, I ended up going to a little indie bookstore in the Stack Market in Toronto, and they had kind of like a little pop-up location. It was like this really cute bookstore, and it's called The Hopeless Romantic, but I saw on Instagram that they actually opened like a first real location, like in an actual store. I mean, the other one was also a store, but it was just kind of more of like a temporary thing, and they were only there, I think, for like 6 months or something like that. But they actually opened their first location recently, and from what I see online, it just looks like it's super cute. If I remember correctly, it has one of those like massive ladders that you can like climb up, and then it like swings all the way through, you know, like the Bookish Dream library, obviously. So I want to go check it out. I don't know if I'm gonna buy a lot of books because I'm kind of trying to put myself on a book buying ban. I feel like I've been shopping like crazy recently, maybe a little bit too much, but I do want to go and just support the indie bookstores in the area and just kind of check it out, see how it is, and obviously I'm gonna bring you along with me. I'm so freaking excited. I feel like I haven't really been reading a lot of books recently, and the books that I have been reading are not really hitting. Like, I feel like I've had a lot of like 3 stars and 4 stars, but like I honestly don't think I remember the last time I had a 5-star book, and that might be my fault because I've just been reading literally anything and everything, and I've just been reading random books that come up on my For You page. Starting now and for the next few months, I kind of want to be more intentional with what I read and actually like think like, okay, what are my favorite tropes? What kind of genres do I actually know that I enjoy to read? What authors do I enjoy reading? Because I feel like obviously when I find a random like book on my For You page, or like I take a recommendation from somebody random that I don't even know if we have similar book taste, obviously it makes sense that a lot of the books they recommend might not be a hit, but I need to kind of go back to my roots and think about the actual books that I know for a fact I enjoy reading, the kind of authors that I enjoy reading, the kind of storylines and plot lines that I typically enjoy reading. And so I kind of want to dabble more into that, and that will be kind of the goal for today, to find a book that maybe like fits that kind of like vibe. So what kind of books might that be? Well, I do enjoy a good mafia romance. I do enjoy a billionaire romance. I do even enjoy a little bit of a forbidden romance or something along those lines. So maybe, just maybe, a book that kind of matches that vibe. As much as I'm very easily influenced and I've been kind of like getting convinced to read more fantasy, I feel like by default I'm not that into fantasy, and I feel like it has to be a very specific kind of romantasy for me to get into it. So maybe we'll steer clear from that. But also I'm super down for a good mystery because it is spooky season, and I feel like what better time to read mystery books than right now. So without that being said, let's go see what we can find. spicy. And then it has rating. 99% spice, 1% plot. Oh my god, that's amazing. And on this side, it has the chili pepper rating. They had something like this at their other location. It's so cool. Oh my gosh, blind date with a book. Enemies to lovers. Small town. Celebrity romance, he falls first. Hi guys, it is the next day and I want to give you a little haul because I feel like it did so good at this bookstore. First of all, it was so cute. I had so much fun. It was like such like an aesthetically pleasing sort of store. It was pink literally everywhere and the decor was amazing. The merch that they had was really good, and so I had a blast. They also had like a whole hidden room in the back where you could just like walk around, and there was like this couch and everything was pink and it was just like pink LEDs and everything. And then they had like an old school TV that was just like playing Twilight on repeat. Like, what in the vibes? That is so fun. All that aside, I also did end up picking up 2 books, so let's go over them. The first book that I picked up, I honestly just picked up because of the aesthetic. I've heard nothing but amazing things about this book. Like, every single person that has read it has somehow rated it 5 stars, but for some reason I just didn't really think that it was gonna be my sort of book. But then I started the bookstore. First of all, isn't this stunning? This is the back, and then this is the front. This is A Love Letter to Whiskey by Candy Steiner. I don't really know how to say the name, but it is just such a beautiful version. I don't know if it's like a special edition or if like all of them look like that or what, but I was just so obsessed with it. I originally, when I saw this and when I saw the title, everybody talks about how it's kind of like a heartbreaking, like painful story, and you have to be in the right mental to read those without it like actually like ruining your day. But I have not had one of those days in a while, so I was kind of trying to steer clear from it. But I originally thought that this was also about like alcoholism. I don't know why. Probably because it literally says Love Letter to Whiskey. I don't know if this is just like I always thought that it was gonna be a story about how whiskey like ruined this person's life. So I was just like, I don't really want to, read into that right now. But then on the back it says, falling in love was never the problem. Timing, however, is another story. And apparently it's like a second chance romance or something like that. But I don't know. Now I'm like excited. I do feel like it's still going to be super painful because that is all I remember from when this book was like viral and everybody was reading it. Everybody kept saying that it's just kind of like a painful book and it's going to literally break your heart and then put it back together or what. So I am a little bit nervous, but this is book number 1. And the second book that I got, I thought this was also a special edition, but I think they all kind of look like that. But it is The Stopover by Oh my god, why is my voice gone? Originally, I thought that this was like a special edition cover or something because I have never seen this cover in my life. And also because I think I have this book downloaded on my Kindle, like it's through Kindle Unlimited, and it has like a cover of a man in front of it, so maybe that's what I was expecting. But I don't know, I think this cover is so cute. It's kind of giving like early 2000s vibes with like the watercolor. I don't even know. And it is book 1 of a series, the Miles High Club series, and I think it's like a billionaire sort of like romance or something. I think he has a lot of money. Yeah, the first sentence says he's rich, gorgeous, and what does it say? Okay, yeah, so he's like super rich and he's her boss. So yeah, this book has been kind of on my radar a little bit. Like I have heard things about it and I have heard good things about it. I also read a book by T.L. Swan, which was The Bonus. I didn't really love the story of that one, but I thought the writing was pretty interesting. I don't know, I have thoughts. I just didn't like the pacing of that book, but I feel like this author has potential to write a really good book. And like I said, I was looking for a good little billionaire romance, a little bit of forbidden romance, and so considering that he's super rich and also her boss, I feel like this is gonna be a really good one. And also they gave me this beautiful little bookmark. Are you kidding? And then I also ended up getting a little shirt. They did not have my size, so I did get a size bigger. This is what it looks like, and it literally says slut for smut. Am I gonna wear this out? Probably not, but am I gonna wear it in videos for this channel? Probably very often. It's so cute and it's such a like good material. It's like super soft. and I just love it. So that is all that I got from the bookstore yesterday. I had a great time. It was beautiful out, just like the fall vibes and everything like that. And then we went and got some dinner, which was also delicious, super fun. It was raining. It's like a whole fall aesthetic yesterday. So I had a great day. I'm so excited to get into these books. Be expecting reading vlogs for probably both of these books.